You mentioned being around Shushu Carrington in those New York City boxing gyms and him being a standout. What do you think
Yeah,
makes him a standout?
he's dedicated. He's intelligent, very intelligent, very very smart kid, very educated student of the game, professional. He's a professional, consummate professional. Understands, studies, educates, and he knows he's very good at hiding his weaknesses and extenuating his strengths, which is what boxing is about. So, yeah, really big fan of Shushu's approach to the sport, and I think that's what makes him a standout.
Okay. He was in the gym with you when he was pretty young. So
Yeah.
is there any interesting maybe interactions you guys had or stories you could tell about Shushu, young Shushu in the New York boxing gym?
You knew you were watching something special back then. You just knew, but he was a gentleman. Shushu was great. Like he was in. He'd always come in on a Tuesday and a Thursday in a spa, and it was during COVID. We kept the gym open with Andre Rozier, and it was actually I can't say whose the gym it was because I don't want to land them in shit. But it was a gym in a really interesting area just off the Calb Avenue in Brooklyn. Okay. And everyone came in that gym. You saw some fighters in that gym. I could tell stories of that gym for days. Like there's a fighter called Mack Williams, the alternate for the 2012 Olympics, right? Light heavyweight cruiserweight, mate. He would fuck everybody up. Like what a fighter, mate. And he was, I think he was undefeated as a pro, but he had stuff going on outside the ring, which wasn't his fault. That stopped his career progressing. But Mack, oh my God, people who have boxed on pay-per-view now, I have seen them resort to tears because of that man. Crying because he was fucking them up that badly. The stories like that. Richardson Hitchins was in the gyms at the time as well. And I still think he's one of the best fighters I've ever seen spar.
He's got one of the best jabs in the sport right now. Easily one of the best top 5 jabs in the sport.
People don't know how dedicated he is. Mate, he's a student of the game. All he's boxing. Africa is a student of the game. Deserves all the success he gets. He's a fantastic fighter.
Yeah, I won't say who, but one time I overheard him talking to another fighter, a veteran fighter, and he was lecturing him about how dedicated you got to be to this game. And when I heard him talking to another fighter like that, who was pretty up there, I was like, wow, he really is one of those guys that's all the way in. It's not like he's not boxing for what boxing gives him. He's boxing because he actually really loves this.
Nah, he is. He's a class act. And then there was other fighters who'd go in there and like slip through the cracks. Like one of the funny ones. Well, Khurtsidze, suicide, was in there. He was supposed to fight Billy Joe, wasn't he? And then ended up on a RICO case.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was around at that time. But Derevyanchenko was one of the nicest people I've been around. We did 2 camps. I don't know about 3 camps with him, I think. But, I thought he'd be Golovkin that night. Still to this day, I do. Great fella. But there was another fighter, Ivan Golub, who slipped through the cracks as well. He was a really good fighter, welterweight kid. Really should have been undefeated, got robbed. And there was Richard Commey, he was a size bully, like he hit so hard. Richard could box better than he actually had credit for, but Richard just relied on his strength too much. And then, it wore him down, took a lot of punches he didn't need to.
Correct.
And I'll say that out loud, it's the truth. Richard actually was quite slick. When he relaxed, he was very, very good. But he always relied on, he'd always bite down and have a fight, and he didn't need to at times. He was a good fighter. Those were some of them that we were. Pete Dobson was around. That's why I'm still boys with Peter now. Yep. Loyal person. We had fun in Pakistan. Even though we came up short in Pakistan, it was a close fight. Could have gone either way. But me, him, and Lenny, we had a right laugh. It was like the old days. It was good, and there was some really good fighters. Danny Jacobs was probably the best I've seen in the gym as well. He was an absolute fantastic. Well, listen, I wasn't close to Danny as a person. Didn't really speak that much, to be honest. But Danny always did his own thing out the way. Danny would be like up in Long Island a lot, but when I did get to watch him wow, he was good. Chris Algieri, fantastic fighter. I've been in camps with him in both New York and in you know, and by the way, I've been fucked up by all of them.
Yeah,
so I have a right. I have the right to talk about it because all of them have punched my head in at some point.
You got the first-hand experience. You got the best experience you can get.
I've got the battle scars off them all. Paulie as well. Paulie Malignaggi. Obviously, that one's, you know, I still manage Paulie, and that's still quite, you know, well known anyway. So, you know, Paulie gonna get ready for his bare knuckle fight, but we're gonna do a proper camp. No, but I believe he wins.
Out of all those guys you spar, Chris, like who was like when you got in there with them, who really surprised you? Like who had like way better skills than you thought from the outside looking in?
Hitchins. Yeah. Hitchins was the best, in my opinion. It's mad, that one.
What was it about?
I couldn't hit him. Could not hit him. I'm tall, I'm smaller than him, like, but I couldn't hit him. You've got to be very strong to get near him. So if you're not strong, you can't get near him. And he was fucking around with me. You know what I mean? I'm nowhere near that level. Yeah. But one thing that surprised, Chris Algieri's technical aspect was great. Richard Commey was just pure power. But when he relaxed, good boxer. When he wanted to relax, Paulie's jab's the best jab. Wow. Paulie can keep you off with a jab. People don't realise how good his jab is. He can keep you off with a jab.
He didn't really have no power, so that jab had to be to the highest.
His jab had power. People don't know. People just don't get it. But Paulie's jab was like getting hit with a little rifle in your face all the time. You just did not see it coming. And he's another one, student of the game. Absolute student of the game. And Paulie probably lives better now in his 40s than he did in his 30s.
He was probably living large and in charge when he was making all that money back then.
Paulie's been good with his money. Like, Paulie still got his bloody Holy Communion money from when he got bloody confirmed. Paulie's good with his money, mate. But Paulie's a great brain, boxing brain, student of the game, and that's why he was able to come back and win that fight against Tyler Goodjohn and learn a lot about bare knuckle boxing. It's a different sport, and that's why I fancy him for this world title fight he's got coming up in May the 16th, and he's going to be a two-sport world champion, God willing. So I'll be very, very proud of him. Proud of him anyway. But I'll tell you what, the hardest puncher I ever saw was Curtis Stevens.
Ooh, the chin checker.
Oh, lad, tell you what, mate. Like, I love Curtis. No homo. I love Curtis. Me brother. Scares the shit out of me, though. You know, like, oh my God, he was you know, like when Curtis wants to start something, get out the way. Do you know what I mean? What he could. He's only a bit taller than me as well. He's not much taller than me. Wow, he could punch. What a fighter. Curtis Stevens should have been world champion, in my opinion.
He was so
Curtis.
I loved watching him
he was
fight.
so good.
I loved watching him
Curtis. Like you go and look at that knockouts of fighters like Patrick Tetrier and stuff like that earlier on in his career, and Kurt's a friend. If I phone Kurt now, he'd answer to me, and I love spending time with Curtis, and hopefully he'll come back this year. And I think I'm coming to America in the middle of the year and that for a month or so, just to catch up with people and all that. So I'll go and see Curtis and all the lads out there. But I learned a lot from Kurt. Another one who was underrated, actually, nowadays underrated, saw him, the Jim Marcus Browne. For a light heavyweight, his movement was excellent. Great Fighter. Marcus Browne.
In the pros, I feel.
Yeah, he was world champion. So, you know, he won a world title, but fantastic fighter. His movement for a light heavyweight was so good. So, you know, I've been blessed to be around like some absolute like